Good morning, students. Today we will read second lesson of our supplementary reader book, Bringing Up Curry. So, bringing up curry means here bring up just like a mother brings up her children. In the same way, the author or narrator of the story he brings up an elephant, brings up curry. So name of the story is Bringing Up Curry. How he looks after, how he brings up the elephant. Let's read in the story. Curry, a 5-month-old baby elephant, lives and grows up with his 9-year-old friend and keeper. So this is the story of an elephant named Curry. He he was a 5-month-old baby elephant and he lives and grows up with his 9-year-old friend and keeper. So the narrator, he himself is 9 years old. Curry doesn't eat much, just about 16 kilograms of delicious twigs a day. So Curry eats 16 kilogram of juicy twigs, branches of the tree a day. Curry is very playful, very active and sensitive. Curry saves a boy from drowning. So let's read this story. Curry the elephant was 5 months old when he was given to me to take care of. I was 9 years old and I could reach his back if I stood on tiptoe. He seemed to remain that high for nearly 2 years. We grew together. That is probably why I never found out just how tall he was. He lived in a pavilion under a thatched roof which rested on thick tree stumps so that it could not fall in when Curry bumped against the poles as he moved about. So this is the story about an elephant Curry. We can see in this picture that Curry and the narrator they are standing under a pavilion. So Curry the elephant was 5 months old and this is the narrator of the story, caretaker of the story, caretaker of elephant. He himself was 9 years old and when he stood on the tip of his toes, he reached up to the back of the elephant. We can see in the picture the elephant is standing and the narrator is also standing on the tips of his toes and he is reaching up to the back of the elephant. They are standing under a pavilion and pavilion means a building and here pavilion is made up of grass and leaves, a thatched roof and it rested on thick tree stumps. We can see there are 4 pillars or stumps of the tree are there and it is made up of grass, straw and branches of the trees and it was stood on a tree stump so that it could not fall when Curry bumped against. Bump against means when Curry strike forcefully against the pole as he moved about. So this is the first paragraph of the story. In this paragraph, the narrator has told us about an elephant baby. He is 5 months old and the narrator he is himself 9 years old. Second paragraph. One of the first things Curry did was to save the life of a boy. Curry did not eat much, but he nevertheless needed 40 pounds of twigs a day to chew and play with. Every day I used to take him to the river in the morning for his bath. He would lie down on the sand bank while I rubbed him with the clean sand of the river for an hour. After that, he would lie in the water for a long time. On coming out, his skin would be shining like ebony and he would squeal. So, in the second paragraph, the poet is saying that one of the first thing Curry did was to save the life of a boy. So, once Curry saved the life of a boy. Then narrator told us that Curry did not eat much. However, he needed 40 pounds of twigs a day to chew and play with. Twigs means young branches of the tree. 40 pounds. Pound is a unit of measurement. 1 pound is equal to 454 gram. 454 gram. Just like when we go to purchase cake, it is measured or it is weighed in pound. So Curry needed near about 40 pounds of twigs. Every day, narrator used to take Curry into the river for bath, and he would lie down on the sandbank, and the narrator cleaned the elephant with the water, with the sand, and after that he would lie in the water for a long time. And when they were coming, when the elephant came out of the water, his skin would shine like ebony. Ebony is the name of a tree, and he would squeal. Squeal means meaning is given underneath. It means cry or trumpet, a sound of an elephant. He would squeal with pleasure. Pleasure means with happiness, as I rubbed water down his back. When the narrator rubbed water down his back, then I would take him by the ear. The narrator pulled the ear of the elephant because that is the easiest way to lead an elephant and leave him on the edge of the jungle while I went into the forest to get some luscious twigs for his dinner. So narrator he leave the elephant on the edge of the on the corner of the jungle and he went into the forest to get to bring some luscious twigs. Luscious means juicy branches of the tree for his dinner. One has to have a very sharp hatchet to cut down these twigs. It takes half an hour to sharpen the hatchet because if a twig is mutilated, an elephant will not touch it. So narrator is saying that for cutting the branches of the tree for an elephant, one person must have a sharp hatchet. Hatchet we read in the meaning. Hatchet means a small axe, and it takes half an hour to sharpen the hatchet because if a twig is broken, it is torn, it is disfigured, an elephant will not eat it. It was not an easy job to get twigs and saplings for Curry. Narrator is saying that it was not an easy task, it was not an easy job to get twigs or young branches of the tree or saplings or plants for the tree. I had to climb all kinds of trees to get the most delicate and tender twigs. Narrator had to climb all kinds of trees, different kinds of trees to get most delicate and tender twigs, soft twigs, as he was very fond of the young branches of the banyan tree, which grows like a cathedral of leaves and branches. So the elephant was very fond of young branches of the banyan tree. Banyan tree is a very big tree which we call in Hindi bargad ka ped, which grows like a cathedral of leaves and branches. So, so the narrator has compared banyan tree with the cathedral. Cathedral is a large church, big building of the church, and banyan tree is also like a cathedral, like a church. It is a cathedral of leaves and branches. So, narrator cut branches of the banyan tree to feed to elephant. So, I was gathering some one spring day in March when I suddenly heard Curry calling to me in the distance. So, one day in the spring season, in the month of March, when the narrator was gathering some twigs, some branches of the tree, he suddenly heard Curry calling to him from from the edge of the jungle, from the edge of the forest. As I was still very young, the call was more like that of a baby than an elephant. The elephant was only 5 6 months old, so his cry was like a baby. I thought somebody was hurting him. The narrator thought that somebody was hurting the elephant, somebody was teasing him. So I came down from my tree and ran fast to the edge of the forest where I had left him, but he was not there. When narrator heard the cry of Curry, he went to find out what happened to him. But when he reached to the edge of the forest, he found that elephant was not there. I looked all over, but I could not find him. The narrator looked here and there. He searched him, but he could not find him. I went near the edge of the water and saw a black something struggling above its surface. When the narrator went to the edge of the water near the bank of the river, he saw a black something struggling above its surface. On the surface of the water, something was floating. Then it rose higher, and it was the trunk of my elephant. I thought he was drowning. I was helpless because I could not jump into the water and save the 400 pounds of him since he was much higher than I. But I saw his back rise above the water, and the moment he caught my eye, he began to trumpet and struggle up to the shore. So, when the narrator saw that it was the trunk of his elephant, he thought that elephant was drowning in the water, but narrator was helpless because he himself was a boy and he could not jump into the water to save because definitely the elephant was very big, very large. He was 400-pound weight and he was much higher than the narrator. But he saw his back came out of the water, and the moment the elephant saw the narrator, he began to trumpet. Trumpet means he started crying just like an elephant cry and struggle up to the shore. He struggled to come to the shore. Then, still trumpeting, he pushed me into the water, and as I fell into the stream, I saw a boy lying flat on the bottom of the river. So the elephant took the narrator into the water and put him into the water. So as the narrator fell into the stream here means a small river, he found that a boy was lying flat on the bottom of the river. He had not altogether touched bottom but was somewhat afloat. The boy who was in the river, he had not touched the bottom of the river. He was somewhat afloat. Afloat means floating in the water. I came to the surface of the water to take my breath, and there Curry was standing, his feet planted in the sand bank and his trunk stretched out like a hand waiting for mine. When the narrator came out of the water to take breath, he found that Curry was standing there and his feet planted in the sandbank and his trunk stretched out like a hand waiting for me, waiting for the narrator. I dived down again. Narrator jumped again into the water and pulled the body of the drowning boy to the surface. But Not being a good swimmer, I could not swim ashore, and slow current was already dragging me down. So narrator again jumped into the water and tried to pulled out the body of the drowning boy to the surface again, and but the narrator, the boy was not a good swimmer. Narrator could not swim to the shore of the bank of the river, and the current of the river, the flow of the river was already dragging him down. Seeing my drift by in the current, Curry, who was usually slow and ponderous, suddenly darted down like a hawk and came halfway into the water, where I saw him stretched out his trunk again. I raised up my hand to catch it, and it slipped. I found myself going under the water again. Seeing as dripped by in the current, when Curry saw that the narrator was flowing with the current of the water, with the waves of the water, the Curry he suddenly darted like a hawk. Curry suddenly came there. He like a hawk bird, like a barge, and he came into the water and stretched his trunk around the boy. You can see in the picture, and suddenly he stretched out his trunk again and raised up my hand. Narrator raised up his hand to catch it, and it slipped. It slipped. The narrator found himself going under the water again. Narrator was going to drown again, but this time I found that the water was not very deep, so I sank to the bottom of the river and doubled up my feet under me, and then suddenly kicked the river bed and so shot upwards like an arrow, in spite of the fact that I was holding the drowning boy with my hand. So narrator found that this time the water was not very deep because elephant Curry was holding him in his trunk. So narrator did not sank into the bottom of the river. Narrator doubled his feet under him, and he suddenly kicked the river bed, and he shot upward like an arrow. Just like an arrow came out, in the same way narrator came out of the river. He did not observe the fact that he was holding the drowning boy in his hands. As my body rose above the water, as the narrator came out of the water, I felt a lasso around my neck. There was a rope like structure around his neck. It was the trunk of the elephant in the form of a luge, in the form of a noose, and narrator was outside the water. Elephant Curry, with the help of his trunk, he put his trunk around the neck of narrator and put him outside and bring him outside. This frightened me. I thought some water animal was going to swallow me. The narrator got frightened. He thought that any water animal, just like whale, crocodile, or alligator, is going to swallow him. I heard Curry squealing. Just then the narrator heard that Curry was squealing. He was making sound, shrill, short cry, and I knew it was his trunk about my neck. Then the narrator came to know that it was not any another animal, but it was the trunk of Curry. He pulled us both ashore. Ashore means on the bank of the river. So in this way, the elephant saved the life of a drowning boy. With the help of Curry, narrator was able to save the life of a boy who was going to drown in the river. So This is the first part of the story. Second part we will continue tomorrow. I hope you have enjoyed this story. Read the remaining part of the story and I will explain it tomorrow. Thank you.